so they get it.
Type anything in chat ever again.
Oh my god. Delete the chat. Delete all the chat.
Are you sure?
No.
It totally popped up.
Chat, so I'm
totally
sure
popped up.
it's okay.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 25 of Games on the Rocks. Apparently, it looks like everybody missed it because they were refreshing. So
Refresh.
perfect. No, it didn't show
We're
good.
good.
Time. It didn't show. So it did show up before.
Okay.
When I saw it, I was like, "What is that?"
Nothing showed up.
Yeah,
Nothing showed up. We're ready to just we're normal. Everything's normal.
So we're ready.
Yeah,
Ready
sorry.
as we'll ever be.
Ready to go. Ready to start.
Hello out there, world.
Welcome to Games on the Rocks, episode number 25, hosted by Meeples Included. I am one of your Meeples Included. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, welcome. And also Meeples Included is a community website, YouTube thing on the internet for a place to talk about board games, but with a mindfulness of inclusivity and diversity. So, and then one of the shows that Meeples Included does is this show, which is Games on the Rocks, which is most Fridays, where we have a cocktail, cheers, and talk about games. So if you are joining us and you are a regular, again, welcome back, and we love you, like Kabuki Kid and Chrissy P and Netter Plays and Mauve Alert, Dr. Hannah, it was Matt. Whoa, Tabernac. Man, so many people.
So many people. Yay.
Aerosmith 7, Bob Wyman, Evan Pulgino. Who else do we have? Cool. Perfect. Welcome, everybody. Okay. So we thought that we would.
I like that name, Evan. Evan.
I know. Evan. It's Knave backwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Also, Geeky Gimp. Hey, Geeky Gimp, welcome.
Hey, Erin.
That's awesome.
Oh, Tunace is here too. Great. Yeah, welcome, Geeky Gimp. We are. I guess I'll introduce myself. We should do that too.
Yes.
I am Stephanie Straw. I am one of your meeples, and we also have some other meeples with us. I'll introduce Suze. Next,
Hi.
Suze is with us.
I'm Suzanne.
She didn't type anything in chat
Nothing
before
was
the
typed
show.
in chat. I don't know how to type, and I'm very excited to be here. And I like everybody here. Especially people named Evans. And Nicole, and I'm gonna say hi to Nicole, who is my. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know why you're doing the thing with this with the arms and the things. I don't know why.
I would like to introduce my dear Dice Tower Con roomie, Nicole Hoy.
Aww.
Oh, we had some good times last week at Dice Tower Con. It was fantastisch, as they say auf Deutsch. I had a great time, and it was good to see Sue in the real life.
It's good that you're throwing in the German because that's kind of our theme tonight.
I'm on topic. Don't even worry. One person who wasn't there but is a Dice Tower contributor is Marguerite Cottrell over here in Seattle, my butt.
Well, hi. Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here. We missed a couple weeks because of cons and things. I'm just excited to be here because I just want to talk about Spiel stuff. But
yeah, I love our hand movements. We're like,
I don't know what.
Hey, what do I do with my hands? I don't know. We're not professional.
We could do a wave. Wait, what are we left to
Can
right?
we wave?
Okay.
I think I'm on the far right, so I'll go first.
Yeah.
I think I have to. Oh,
You, then Suze, then
Me or Mark?
Max.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. Woo! You have to make a sound so that your thing pops up.
Oh, it's up.
Not later though. Listen again. 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Woo! Woo!
I don't think it's working.
It's really not.
We're better at the games than the waves.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That
So much better.
that being done. Check that off. Check that
So
off.
what is our drink for the evening?
Yeah, I'm gonna show our recipe up here for those on Twitch. If you're watching us on YouTube, by the way, join us on Twitch. That's where the live chat is, and then you'll get to see extra like special images and effects and things. Ooh. So go to twitch.tv/meeples included. Hit that heart at the top so that you follow us, and then make sure that you're notified when we go live because we don't all the time, so you won't get a ton of notifications. Our cocktail for tonight is the Cocktail des Jahres. 4 parts of Durlach's original Goldwasser, and it has gold flakes in it, you guys. It's super cool. 5 parts roses lime juice, 1 part fresh lime juice. Mix them all together, shake, and pour over meeple-shaped ice. And then join us live at Games on the Rocks.
So we are.
That's a classy
And then
setup.
yeah,
Classy.
pretty good. So I do not
Rich
have
for my
that
blood.
yeah, I don't have that gold flecked thing. I would love it. It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Instead, I went opposite, and I have this Mountain Dew SA
No.
thing.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And I mixed it with vodka because America.
Oh yeah. America.
So
I have.
I feel like you're better than this, Stephanie.
I am too. But I had a glass of wine before we started, so
Good,
whatever.
great. Yes, I have some Pims this evening with a lovely cucumber lemon water, and
Ooh.
for my ice cubes, fancy pants.
Ooh.
What about you, Suze?
I have a big ass cider.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love that cider. It's really good. I had it when
Let's
I was in
show it again.
Seattle. Yeah.
Bring
Here,
it.
let's lock in
Bring
on
it.
Suze.
Lock in like a
Semi-sweet
tractor
hard
beam.
cider.
A Twitch
Ooh.
tractor beam.
Seattle,
I
Seattle
love
cider.
that.
Yeah.
They did a special one
It's
for a
good.
couple weeks a while back that was basil, and it was so good.
If it
That
has
company makes
basil in
amazing
it,
cider.
I will put it inside of my body.
It's good. It's the good
Hashtag
stuff.
lube.
There is
But true.
there's a cider here in Toronto, Brickwork Cider, and they have a summer one and basil.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
good.
Oh wow!
Max, what are you drinking?
Oh, I actually have 2 drinks. In
Of
my
course you do. Of course
Of
you
course,
do.
of course.
Stormcrow Tavern cup, which is very important to me because I love them.
I love that your lipstick is on that cup. Like, I'm gonna lock in on you. That looks so cool. Show the cup again.
That
Is
my
so.
Be-
I love that.
But this is red wine, and then
I
I
love
brought a vodka soda for later.
For later.
Mm.
I brought my backup.
Mm.
But I wanted to point out, Steph, if you want to read out, Crystal is going to give away some Roxxon codes apparently.
Oh, I like it. 3 invites.
Oh yeah, this
to
whole Raxon biz is happening right now.
Secret Plaid Hat Co-op Raxon game.
It's a clever
What?
little marketing thing that they're doing.
I saw
I
a
like
couple
it.
posts about it, but I don't know much else about it except for that it's really
Filling the webs with the
Wait,
pictures.
is she? She should invite 4 ladies. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not
you must
good
be
enough.
cooperative. I'm not fighting for that.
I've heard good things. There's people that have gotten theirs already and have started to play it, and yeah, it seems interesting.
Yeah. So,
More about it.
yeah, Chris P, why don't you tell us a little bit in chat about Rexon?
So that's
I only get 3 invites total. Well,
Yeah, so it's been
Wow.
this like pre-release invite things. So if you order it get out to people. It's, it's not a pyramids game, but maybe.
yep. It's a pyramid. What's the deal? Why are there pyramids? There's so many pyramid-y things lately. What's the deal on that?
it's a trend in marketing. Marketing has trends just like everything else.
Yeah, so it's going to end up having a release in stores. But for now, I think they are trying to build some hype. It's an expansion or a follow-on from Dead of Winter. I'm not entirely sure.
Marveler says the expansion will be rocks off. I'm dead and dying. You're always welcome. Look, eventually, whenever I get a new PC and I don't have a potato computer from 10 years ago, we will have like Twitch alerts and things like that, and like fun stuff like that, and emotes. But
It's coming.
until
I
then,
cannot wait for that.
pretend that there was some kind of awesome, like you made a pun and you get extra points sound that just happened. And go ahead and keep your points like in your head.
One jar.
Just keep track of
where people
keep track of your own
their-
points in your head. Mobler, you just got 10 points. Good job.
10 points.
That's not how the pun jar works. It's not to collect points.
You get points.
I mean,
and then if we get to 100, we rain them down on top of Suze's head. It's really fun.
it's Knizia scoring for the puns. You're fine.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Speaking of, let's talk about games. Okay, so the Spiel des Jahres is our topic, right? So I guess it's should we talk about the big one first, the Spiel, or should we talk about let's talk about the Kinder?
The Kinder, since it's done and
It's
dusted.
been announced. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I only knew the one that won, so it's fine.
and that's the I actually know all of these, but and that's the one for the Kinderspiel is like the family kid type category of the Spiel des Jahres nominees. So and there were 3 nominees: Ice Cool, Captain Silver, and the Mysterious Forest. Ice Cool is like a cool little flicking penguins around. Captain Silver, you like put your fingers under this thing or something, right?
Do go into more detail,
Like
Stephanie.
And
Please
it's
expand on
like
this.
I think it's
Because there's one called Worm
I
Party.
saw it. Yeah, you're right. You're like little worms or
With the
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Mysterious
Your-
Forest
your-
is
your
big
fing-
way, so and
Your fingers are in those little holes or whatever. So yeah, and the Mysterious Forest is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the
but
yellow game that's based on a web cartoon or something like that.
yeah, it's like
It looks cute. Yeah.
Yeah, but the game is not fun.
Oh,
Well,
that's unfortunate.
You're not a kinder.
I'm
So
judging kids' games. It was not good.
Ice Cool
Well, it
is
did
very
win.
fun.
It did
but-
win. And
we-
Ice
we
School by
didn't-
Brain Games won instead,
It did.
which is
Yes.
a Lithuanian company. Super cool.
Yeah.
And they have like one of the coolest reps in the States, which is Brandon. So
Brandon is
Brandon's
awesome.
Brain Games, which is awesome. So yeah, so Ice Cool won. I got Ice Cool at Gen Con last year. So and I love Ice Cool a lot. I
It
don't
is
own
super
the
fun.
other 2, but I saw Captain Silver at Origins. I'm so glad that Ice Cool won. It is a very clever and cute game. Your finger hurts from flicking after a while.
So
You got to use a new flicking finger. You got to
I
switch.
like Ice Cool, and I think it's a super fun, dexterity game, and it's cute and has the cute factor, but it hurts my finger. Like, I'm really bad at it, and it really hurts my finger to flick those poor little plastic penguins.
You're just gonna give it a soft touch, like
And
a little soft touch.
As a mother to children that fit in this category, I just want to say that Outfox was robbed. Okay.
Oh,
yes, thank you.
yeah.
Plus, Outfox was a woman designer and local to me, so she got all the bonus points.
I didn't know she was from here. What?
Yes, she is. She's from Seattle, the
awesome.
designer.
Shut
Yes,
the
she
front
is.
door.
Brett and
Oh, yes,
Maggie.
she is.
Yes,
That's
she is.
I did
No, I
not
was so
know.
mad she didn't get
Amazing.
like even a recommendation. Like that game was so perfect.
Yeah. So that was my thing. So I agree among the nominees that Ice Cool made sense as a winner, but
The
if you look
recommendations
at the
were pretty
recommendations,
different.
like if you look at all the ones that they had
Yeah.
in serious consideration, I'm telling you, if you're a family, if you have younger kids, Outfoxed is a must-have. It's inexpensive. It's adorable. It's fun for the adults to play with the kids. My 5-year-old and my 8-year-old, it's cooperative. They play it together all the time. Like my 5-year-old pulls out the box and it's got like a little bit of card setup. He's got it down. He sets up all the little cards around the border, and like they've learned how to take turns, with the little Outfox. Sorry, Outfox was robbed. That would have been my pick for the
So
Kinderspiel.
we'll just have to make our own
So,
award, our own our own awards thing.
That is all the rage, I hear.
Everyone
Games
makes
on
their own
Ice.
awards. You can we'll make stickers and you can Put them on your box.
Can we
That'd be
give the
amazing.
Lisa Frank stickers? Like, just send them
Yeah,
over.
spoilers. They're
Oh,
just like actual stickers. They're not like special stickers that say this is a winner. It's just like
stickers of unicorns.
It's just regular stickers.
Yeah, but you made a cool
literal
game. You get sticker sheets, right?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, OC
Um,
Brad, welcome to the show.
So,
Yeah,
who I reviewed this for the site, and he has kids, and he like loves it. So it sounds like it should have gotten into that final category, which is a bummer.
well, so I know that like even getting nominated is hard because there's rules that you have to follow, like internationally distributed and that kind of stuff. But what you're saying, Suze, is that this one was actually in the running and then just didn't make it.
Well, it's on the recommendations, and I could be totally wrong.
It could have not followed all the rules then, maybe.
Oh, okay. I'm
Maybe,
not
right?
aware of what the.
I think it made it in the room and it just didn't get chosen.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
then that's
all
it,
of the recommendations fit the rules, and then like that's a long list, and then the short list gets picked from those. But it's a thing.
But you
I'm
know,
still laughing at what Suze typed in chat in the beginning of the
No,
show.
Woman,
Listen,
we're moving on.
the thing. Oh, here's the deal. The thing that you think. Okay, so you typed you typed five entries. The thing that I saw was the fourth entry. So it's not as bad as the second entry, which is the one that you're thinking of.
It's fine. She was just telling us how wonderful we all look this evening.
It's
Which
just
is true.
compliments for cat ears. Like that's all
Also,
it is.
Suze,
Cat ears.
Suze, same. Same.
Yeah, girl.
Chat has no idea. Hey, Dan Rules,
Chat
how
has
are
no
you?
idea. We love you,
Our
chat.
secret. We have
Hi,
our
Dan
secret.
Rules 13.
We have to have
With
some
the
secret.
fish. There's a fish head.
So
Yeah,
I'm glad that Ice Cool won. I think it's a fun game. It won the family game category at Dice Tower Awards as well. It's a favorite. It's a favorite of a lot of people, and it's really cool to see.
So are we gonna talk Kenner?
Let's talk the
Kenner.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we should do Kenner next. So Kenner, so the three, the nominees. So the only one that's been announced so far is the Kinderspiel, the Ice Cool one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Kinderspiel and the Spiel have not been announced yet. So for the Kinderspiel, up is Exit the Game, Raiders of the North Sea, and Terraforming Mars. The interesting thing about this is Raiders and Exit are both part of a series of games. And there, as far as I know, Terraforming Mars isn't, but Exit is, it just says Exit the Game. So is it all three of them, of the original releases? Is it one of them? Do we know? Did they play all of them?
I think it's the original three, yeah.
If you look at their website, it's a photo and it's like, it looks like it's all three. So, but Raiders of the North Sea, the other ones aren't released yet, right?
There's like a small expansion for Raiders that is out.
So the way that it worked is that they
think
all came out.
The things.
Yeah.
Well, they all came out at one time from a Kickstarter, but they didn't go into distribution. One U.S. distributor bought the rest of their stock at Essen last year, and so sort of released it into the States.
Oh, I see.
That's why some people bought copies. It's why my shop had copies at one point.
And now Renegade has picked up the series for Raiders.
Exactly.
Right?
So Renegade did the kind of the front runner first, just to get it properly produced and released. Yeah. So it's kind of a funky
and then there's
deal.
That makes sense though, because
all of the things.
It's not in distribution, so I don't think it can be like up for a Spiel de Jahres. So that makes sense. But that's cool. It
was at one distributor, but they just bought the stock that was left over. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have I have not played Raiders of the North Sea. I've played all three of the current Exit games that are out, and I've played Terraforming Mars. Has anyone played Raiders of the North Sea? Want to talk about that?
Yeah, I played it at Dice Tower Con. It was great. It's a nifty worker placement / displacement game. Each round, you have you start the game with a worker, you put it on an empty space, take that action, and then your next action is to take a worker from somewhere and take that action if you want to. And then there are different colors of workers, which allows you to progressively move up the board and raid certain areas of the map. And it was really great. It was a really good, like, solid mid game, really quiet. Like, none of us knew it that sat down to play it at Dice Tower Con. It was on the hot games table. We flipped through the rules, figured it out, which was great. It's always nice to be able to figure it out from the rules.
Yes, just to sit down and go, yeah, this makes sense. We got it. This is fine.
Max,
Yeah, that's really
so we had.
Go ahead. Sorry, Nicole. Go for it.
3 of us sit down trying to figure it out. We worked it out pretty well. Someone walked over like about when we were about to start and asked if we needed any help. And we said like we pretty much had it, but she sat down to play with us, which was great. So we had 4 people playing. She clarified a couple of things as we played, but it was really very straightforward. Yeah, it was really good.
I love worker placement, so it sounds pretty much right up my alley for, like, you said it was medium weight, so
yeah, like it's really just like a lot of figuring out what you're going to do with that worker placement displacement, and then managing your resources to be able to like move forward into the different rating sections of the board for points.
Yeah,
it's great.
Max, what did you think of it? I really want to hear what your opinion on it is.
That's what I was just going to ask.
I only played it once, and when the trilogy first came out, I played the wrong one twice, and I kind of took away from the series that.
Go on wrong one.
I played the one that I thought was gonna be the best one, and it was not, and it wasn't particularly good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I only played this one very recently because it got the nomination, which is not normally my bag. I usually play whatever comes across, but this one you really had to go seek out, so I didn't actually play it until it had the nomination. I think it is pretty good. I don't know that it's anything to write home about. It was just like, it was good, not great. It was like a solid game. If someone put it in front of me, I'd play it anytime. And it was really cute, and the size of it was pleasing. Like the fonts were pleasing. So there's nothing.
It had a very pleasant typeface.
It's nice.
It was. Tell me that's not a lovely typeface. But there was nothing in it that had that.
The corners were not too sharp. I'm done.
They weren't. They were not. Did you ever see the corners on Quantum? Because those were too sharp.
Oh, I have Quantum.
Right, and the corners were stupid sharp.
And the dice were fine.
Those dice.
Well, my dice were fine.
Those dice, though.
Some people got some funky dice.
So Teo is Matt, Wizard Matt, said that Terraforming Mars is part of a series, and that they're doing Terraforming Venus.
What? I mean, they have Hellas and Elysium.
There's only one of them right now, though.
Yeah.
And they're pumping out 2 expansions before they do anything else.
We'll see.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was like originally planned. I think that might have been.
Or he's making a joke, which is my other guess.
Or he's making a joke, which is right,
That's
because Bebo made
Matt.
the joke of like terraforming Earth, right? And then that like went viral.
It was so funny.
That was good.
That went viral, but it's funny. It's funny because it's Earth and it's making it livable for people. Get it? Do you get it? It's funny. But yeah, if Teo is not, could not be lying, but we'll just let him confirm or deny. So last we have, or I guess we didn't really talk about Terraforming Mars, but I think all of us have played.
It's great. Love it.
Right? Yeah.
Thumbs up. Have the game trays.
It's a game I've played like 6 times, and I don't yet own it.
I don't own it either because it's
which
been
is
impossible
uncommon for me.
But that might be okay, because if you buy it, then you'll like never play it again.
It's probably true. It's funny because it's true.
That's so cruel.
It is.
My God.
I did finally buy. Actually, I didn't buy. My sister got it to me as a gift. But Lords of Waterdeep. She was like, "What game do you want?" And I was like, "I don't know for Christmas." And I just said, "Well, you know what? I love this game, and I don't own it, so it made sense to have someone else buy it for me." But
that makes sense.
I wouldn't have bought it. Like weirdly,
I
wouldn't
have a
bought
lot
it.
of those now. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I also love Terraforming Mars. The graphic design was hard to get past on the first play, but once you know, like and it's fine and everything.
It's a solid game.
So
yeah,
it has my big red flag though. It has here's the game, here's the beginner core and beginner rules, and then here are some maybe advanced rules that maybe you should add in.
The different
and
like
maybe you should draft
stuff.
your cards every turn, but maybe not. I really hate that. I wish people would just pick the correct way to play the game and give me that. And I
think they're just trying to be. I get it. It is okay. So for those of you who aren't familiar, it is a very different game. So you can either get cards and then choose, and you only see them, and you choose which ones you want to purchase each round. Which that's the way that you build your engine, kind of. Or you can all have a public draft where you'll see the cards and you'll buy them just as you would from your hand, but you're seeing what other people are buying and other people are seeing what you are buying, so they know what you're going to go for. So if you like buy a card that needs a certain resource and they have a card that takes away a resource, they could go, who do I take the resource away from? Well, I'm going to take it away from Stephanie because I know that she has that really awesome card that needs that resource or something like that, that needs a bunch of energy or something like that. So it makes it a different game when you have public knowledge of what cards people have in their hands, and then a different game if you have a good memory and you have public knowledge of the cards that people have in their hands. So it does change it a little bit, but I have actually never played it that way still.
So
I like the drafting.
I only play corporate era with drafting now. And I know that I normally add as much complication as I can into games, but the beginner core to me was the worst of all of it. Because in a normal game, at the very beginning of the game, you get 10 cards that you don't draft, and you just pay for some of them. In the beginner game, you get $40, and you don't pay for any of your 10 cards, you just keep them. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they're giving you a little like hand up at the very beginning, but they're not preparing you to evaluate cards, and they're not that hard to evaluate. So I don't know who they're not.
I mean,
it depends on what you're given. Like, there's nobody has a secret goal, nobody has an objective. So it's like naked engine building, in my opinion, where you're not given a starting point, right? Like Roll for the Galaxy, you're like given a starting planet. So you're given a starting thing. But it's your starting hand. You'll go, okay, this works together, and this works together. And then you'll just have to like go with that.
In a game with so many unique cards, it's so hard to just have like a random 10 given to every player. The person with the best cards is probably going to win if all things are equal-ish.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Those people might not know that they have the best cards, and also the best cards are expensive, so they might not be able to get those out very quickly. So having a combination of cheap cards plus really awesome cards would actually probably be the best starting hand. But you could be dealt this magical hand of all 10 cards.
You would never know it, but I still think that there's something to be said about where do you want the game to be, and get people there in less than 4 steps, and that's adding in like 8 steps. I don't know. The beginner version really bugged me in that particular game.
I do prefer drafting, but I have to admit, playing my first game without drafting allowed me to become familiar with the game. Mm-hmm.
I think people
drafting it would have been
nervous and don't know what to pick. Like they're like, I don't know, is this a good card?
Sure,
I don't know yet. So
I'm fine with that. Like if drafting is the only advanced variant in the entire game, and if it's just one sentence at the back that says, "Hey, once you've played this 3 times, start drafting your cards."
Yeah,
that's more than fine. This game just had like 6 different things, and it had a whole deck of
you
cards
really need
to add
to worry about. Yeah, like if you just deal out the corpse, it's fine. The corpse have certain things that you are aiming for, then you're able to inform your drafting from that, and that's fine. Like the drafting is really the only thing I would say. Like, just play your first game straight up.
Yeah,
and then
deal the cards, but pay for them. Yeah. And having a beginner core, I don't think any of those core are so difficult that you couldn't play them as a new person.
No.
Yeah.
But then again, look at that art.
Some people are saying they liked having a beginner core. I think so what's weird is there seems to be such a dichotomy that maybe that's why they ended up putting this stuff in the rules and didn't just settle on one, is because they wanted to present like there are these different ways that you can play and here are the options, rather than just presenting one and it being a preference of these people. They just wanted to get them all out there maybe. And I guess I can understand that it's not been done a whole lot before. People do put variants in games or additional rules or whatever, but yeah, I get this. To me is not necessarily a variant. It's two different like ways of playing the game, and it changes the game quite a bit. Yeah. But I think that's okay. I don't know. I mean, pick which one you want to do and do it.
I much prefer if rulebooks just tell me how to play the game.
Yeah.
I do. It's like it's a thing with me. I dislike having 6 different options and trying to find the one I'll enjoy the best.
like having 3 meeple best friends.
Oh, but I love you all.
Don't make me choose.
There's no variance here. I don't need any more meeple.
But really, building's on fire. Who do you save, Max? Who do
all
you
of you,
literally,
and your kitty ears.
How dare? How dare?
Oh dear, I'm just kidding.
Ears and runs.
I will never make you choose. You'll probably whoever is the closest is who I would choose. He'll save you. I'm just kidding.
That's me. Yes.
Nicole and a bottle of vodka.
Okay, but can
Heck
we just?
yes, I got some great vodka here. I mean,
whatever. Could be the bottle of vodka. Just kidding. Okay, so. Hey, Blue Sapphire, how are you? Thanks for joining. So a lot of people have been asking about the exit games. Has anyone have you guys not played the exit games?
I have played one of them. I've played the Abandoned Cabin.
Cool. That's what I would call the like starter one. You've played 2. Which ones have you played, Sue?
Secret Lab and Pharaoh's Tomb.
Oh, okay. So you've played what I would call 2 and 3. And not
I podded through one, got all the spoilers, and didn't play it.
You did what?
You podded through one. That's not how it works, Mags.
I knew I wasn't gonna like it.
I know. So here's the deal. When I asked that question, I was like, I bet Mags hasn't played these games because they're like not her game.
No.
So it's funny, but you cheated.
I wanted to see what they were like because I had seen what the unlocked ones were like.
Cheater face. You're so proud. If we get emotes, it's gonna be cheater face.
What is it about cheating that you love so much, Marguerite? I mean,
Marguerite, please respond. People are saying
sort of
answer me. Answer me.
Is it true? Like a solo version because I went through it and like
you can do it solo. You can do it solo.
I just didn't like.
I soloed.
Listen, we all know we can do it solo, BB. I mean,
I soloed. Yeah, I soloed the first one, and then I did the second and third one with my roommate.
Nice.
But I would have soloed all of them. Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I did the Abandoned Cabin, I think, which was looking like the most popular one.
Yeah. I think it's
I have sales down to the back set up.
It's the easiest. It's also weirdly the one. Okay, so these are escape room type games. You are supposed to destroy them, so they are supposed to be one-time use. Right. But you can not destroy them, which is what I did. The easiest to not destroy is the first one, Abandoned Cabin. And then the second easiest to not destroy is actually the second level one, Secret Lab. And then the hardest one to not destroy is Pharaoh's Tomb, which is actually the most difficult one. Okay. And they're amazing. I am a part owner of an escape room, and I was like, this is perfect. I thought they were perfect. I would not change a thing about them. Some of them were like, kind of like, some of the puzzles were hard and they were not super clear, and that's okay because that's how escape rooms go. Like, especially since I was soloing or doing them with only one other person. So I thought that was perfect. If I had been able to just like roll through them, I think I wouldn't have enjoyed them as much, but I did struggle a little bit on some of the puzzles and kind of thought, do I have everything I need here? Which is that question that I think I like asking myself when I'm doing an escape room. So I thought they were perfect. I loved them.
So I agree. Awesome. I've had a lot of fun with them, and we also spent a lot of time and energy figuring out how we could make. We went full bore and destroyed ours, but after both plays, we spent a lot of energy talking about how we could play it without destroying it, and figured out pretty simple ways to do that. Not because of the price, because the Exit series retails for $15.
So cheap.
And honestly, I feel like it's a good entertainment to expense value if you play with just even 2 people, because it takes you an hour.
The movies are more expensive than that. Yeah. So
shoot it. Dice Tower Con had a latte that was more expensive than $7. So
there's not an escape room that I know of that is less than at regular price that is less than $15 per person.
Yeah. Most of them average about $20 in Toronto.
Yeah.
Easily.
Ours is 20. So
but the reason why we spent so much energy is because, we're from the Northwest and we're all, these greenies and whatever. We're like, it was the waste that bothered us. It was like, oh, you've got this beautiful printed deck of cards and then gone and, to the recycling pile. And so we just felt like, if nothing else, the waste of the resources bothered us more than
but it goes to the recycling. They're going to be recycled.
Yeah, recycling still costs water.
I would still love to be able to pass it on. Yeah.
So we did figure out ways that we could reuse them. Again, not because we were trying to stiff the publisher or the wonderful designers out of their money.
Hilariously enough, you can photocopy, which is like extra resources, but not really. It's not as many.
Right.
But you can photocopy some of the stuff.
Right. So, that was it. But from a puzzle point of view, we figured that because so much of the game is dependent on this little booklet, we were getting creative with like cell phone cameras so that we could each have our own little view on it when we need it and stuff like that. But we found that like if you played up to the full player count, it didn't play well because there was just too much passing around of the game.
What is the full player count?
6.
Oh wow,
that's a lot.
Like it was just too many people. We still had fun, but there was just like you'd always have somebody who was kind of just sitting out with downtime. But I don't think that the game is inherently flawed because of that. It's just something to keep in mind when you're playing it. So we love the puzzles. We got frustrated with some of them, and then but we never felt. And this is what I've heard about Unlock. Some people's frustrations with Unlock, but with Exit, we never felt like. We never could have figured that out. Like it was too obtuse or too opaque. It was really just we hadn't thought about it in the right angle.
The hint system in the Exit games is there are 3 levels. There's hint 1, hint 2, and then they'll straight up give you the solution. Hint 1 is usually these are the cards that you need to solve this. Which is that's all I need to know. Usually just do I have the information that I need and telling me exactly which cards I need. Perfect. Like I can figure it out from there. But I loved that level of, because if they had just been like, here's the solution, I'm like, I could have gotten that. You know what I mean? So I loved that. But yeah, the Unlocked games, I did not like as.
And I've, honestly, amongst my personal circle of friends, that's what I'm hearing. But here's what it really comes down to, right? And I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not taking my opinion.
Put it out there, like that chat message that you did at the beginning of the show.
Woman, what happens in chat stays in chat.
Apparently not anymore. Thanks.
No, if we're gonna start tearing down boundaries, girl, I'll start tearing down some boundaries.
Girl.
So, is the Exit series a game? And
yes,
how does it fit in this world of the Kenner Spiel? Especially like how do you something disposable? What are you giggling at, Stephanie?
Nicole's chat message.
Oh my goodness,
it didn't show up. Just put it out there.
It didn't. It was so weird. I do not understand why that one showed up because I'd never seen that before. But it was like a little bubble. And that pointed down to Suze's picture and said exactly what she said.
Anyway,
we're deleting the VOD.
Oh my god, I did that. That's actually kind of.
I'm just kidding.
So like, are the Exit series, is that a game, and does it deserve to be in the Kenner Spiel? Because I've seen a lot of people kind of like, I like the Exit series, but it's not a game, or I like the Exit series, it's not a Kenner Spiel.
I just sigh. I sigh at people that say that something can't be a thing. And then I saw someone that says that's not my Kinderspiel. Well, it's actually literally not. It's just literally not. Like it's actually not. If you weren't the one of the people that picked it, like it's not. So
yeah, it got picked for a reason. That committee knows what they're doing. They've been doing it many years now.
There are plenty of people that are like that should have won or this shouldn't have won, whatever.
Sure.
When will the world ever fully agree on an award and who should have gotten it? Like never, right? So they have to pick one because it's an award. They can't just go everybody wins. They have to pick one. So if you don't agree with it, or maybe you often don't agree with the Spiel des Jahres stuff, and that's fine. Don't put stock into it then, I guess. Like what harm is it?
I'm thinking about how wrong they are on Fox. So
I mean, exactly. I get that.
I'm talking trash left and right.
I mean,
and there are many other game awards.
The exit game
that happen.
The exit game is a game. It is a game. It's literally, people call them escape room games. It is a game. It's a game. It's a game. There's a challenge. There's a win.
There's a win or a loss option there. Like,
I mean, if you want to call it an activity, fine. Call it an activity. Like, it doesn't change how I feel about it. So you want to call it a potato. Call it a potato. Like, I don't care. The exit potatoes are phenomenal.
They're delicious.
Mags, I know Mags has thoughts on this. I know she does.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Mags?
I'm as far away from that is this a game conversation as I possibly can be. It's on the other side of the earth to me, because at some point in my life I thought, oh sure, that's an activity and this is a game. And then people started going, that's not a game, that's an activity. Like that was like a lesser than.
Like a downgrade.
They're all games. They're all games because I said so.
I think that's where I am.
I'm at in life, like just stop it. If I want to call it an activity, that doesn't mean inherently worse. It just means that my preconceived notion of whatever a game was, it didn't fall into that category.
Yeah.
But no, gosh, no. Oh gosh.
Because you're still gonna sit down and have an awesome time.
I just don't. At some point, I had to like get out of that conversation because it kept happening on Twitter. People kept going, Candyland's not a game. I'm like, well, it's a game. Just calm down, everybody.
It's just not a game. What you mean is it's not a game you like.
Draw a card and go to the next pink square. Just calm down. So,
yeah.
That's my whole bit on that.
I feel that's
lava. Totally game.
Would you consider the floor is lava a game or activity?
Right? Totally a game.
I guess that's
definitely a game.
I don't know.
Like Senior Bob mentions, like
if you are playing a game and done, like we're done. We're done with that conversation.
I just mean, like, people say, is weightlifting a sport? Is cheerleading a sport? Is chess a sport? Or whatever, because it goes in the Olympics.
Am I a sport?
I'm just like, yes, they're all sports because I said so. At some point, I don't care for that type of labeling because you're trying to.
Right, because you're labeling it because you want to put it into like some sort of tier or like
you want an otherness.
It's this and it's not this.
We're in my little happy world, an activity and a game are in the same, like, they're both good, and so I don't care if they're.
It doesn't. It honestly doesn't matter if you're getting points or not, if you have an end condition or not. Within, like, I mean, I approach it from a weird anthropology of play perspective, where it's like you're interacting with people, you are interacting with a thing, and you are playing, and that is really all that matters.
So,
in the very broad scheme of things,
the thing that really matters, ladies, is I need your vote on who you think will win the Kinderspiel des Jahres. Exit,
I think will win.
Raiders or Terraforming? Yeah, who do you think
going to be Terraforming?
Will win? Okay, vote Terraforming for Nicole, and chat vote 1 for Exit, 2 for Raiders, and 3 for Terraforming. So
I think it's gonna be Terraforming.
Nicole thinks 3 Terraforming. Max, what do you think?
Oh man,
who do you think will win? Not who you would pick to win, but who do you think will win?
Serious anecdote now. I went to a Spiel party at a game store nearby, and you had to vote with your raffle tickets on who would win. And so my raffle tickets went into Terraforming Mars, but I think it's going to be Raiders.
Wait, so you voted for terraforming.
I like to live in hope.
Okay. Suze?
Curious.
Voting is an activity, not a game for Marguerite.
Unless I win.
It's going to be Raiders. I think it's going to be Raiders. I think
Really? Yeah.
I think it's going to come out Raiders.
I think so. From what I've seen, it's like the Kenner Spiel is still trending just a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Right. And
it's not meant to be super heavy.
No. Yeah. And so like when I look at like I see Raiders and it's got that clever 1 in 1 out worker placement thing, which is a nice little mechanism. It's beautiful.
Lots of votes for terraforming.
It's really pretty. And I think it has that mass appeal. I think, and honestly, if I'm wrong, I don't think it's terraforming Mars. I think it's Exit.
I was going to say, so that's my vote, is I actually think it's going to be Exit.
Because Inca and Marcus have a great following in Europe.
That seems to be the type of game that is winning. And I can just see people going, wow, this is so clever. It takes a lot to create those escape room experiences, especially in a game form.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. And to make someone do it in a way that you like can't accidentally cheat, like there's a fail safe, there's like a checking, like they covered their bases in this game, you guys. Like you can't flip over a card and it not be what you're meant to flip over without you double checking. You know what I mean? I don't know. That sounds weird, but like if you play the game, it makes sense. So yeah, so I think the games are going to win. I think it's going to be them.
I think Terraforming Mars, like the barrier to entry is too high.
Yeah.
And that the only reason they might use it as the winner is if the majority of the room has heard of it before they get in there. Because that does sometimes happen, right?
Yeah, true.
But I think if anything's going to happen, the brands are going to be known because the brands are like huge.
Yeah, so Raiders I don't think has had as much kind of brand recognition as the other two.
I meant like the literal brands, Inca and Marcus.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I was like, wait, not hashtag brand.
I love this by Tunes. Tunes says, speaking towards game activity with a twist, this is a quote, the best experiences are those we have 3 times, anticipating, doing, and remembering. Spoken by James Ernst. But thinks someone else coined it. Yeah, that's really great.
I like that very much. Yeah.
So, but that actually speaks to what Mags was saying about have they heard about it before, and then them doing it, and then them going, man, that was a good game, and remembering that afterwards.
Doing it.
Yeah. And then okay.
One thing is,
so many dead fish trophies
for the Kenner Spiel, was Isle of Skye. Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's about the weight that we're looking at. So I feel like Raiders is about that weight. I think
Raiders is about that weight.
Terraforming. I think terraforming.
Before we get to the regular spiel, do any of you follow the Portuguese game of the year by any chance?
Yes, the Jogo.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's good.
I think it's the Jogo
I find the nominees for that every year are like solid.
They look for heavier weight games. Like,
are they more on point with like what you would think?
Well,
they are heavier.
Talks about the Kenner Spiel like they're the Jogo de Año. Like the last year was Mombasa. The year before that was La Granja. Before that was Nations. I'm like reading it off a list, but like Arkwright was in the top nominees, and so like they are the ones that people should be looking to when they're looking for heavy cardboard. If they're looking for something that has a lot of complication, look to the Portuguese. And the only unfortunate thing about that whole Jogo de Año process is that 2 of the people that make some of the best games in that category are on the board, so they can't put their own games in it. And those, I feel a little bit bad that they are there. Like Vital can't put his games in generally. Paula and Nuno that make like Nippon and Madeira, they can't put their games in. So, but that's the one people should be looking to when they're like, but Isle of Skye is so light. I'm like, well, the Germans made their own rules of what they wanted for this award.
Yeah,
like Isle of Skye
exactly.
to me is light, but not to what
Yeah.
they built that award to be. So that's the one I always point to people.
I think part of the issue is they call the Kenner Spiel their like heavy game category.
Yeah, it's with like advanced.
and heavy has a lot of connotations. Like some people think Terraforming Mars is not heavy. Some people think that is light because compared to like an 18x game or something like that, that might be light, right? So,
Sure.
So, but the
heavy is
the
relative.
folks at Spiel have like on record gone on to like, okay, so the Spiel Jahres should be any human walks off the street, plays this game, and did they have fun? And the Kenner Spiel should be for people who have a few games at home and want to find something with a little bit more meat. And that's they call them enthusiasts. But
so
they should never be that heavy.
I just want to point out the recommendations that were part of the longer list for the Kenner Spiel is the Big Book of Madness, Captain Sonar, Great Western Trail, and the Grizzled. So there's a real spectrum of like light.
And those were
Captain Sonar.
Yeah, Captain Sonar. Like I feel like that's really light.
Well, it can be hard. It can be really hard for some people.
It can be, but like the Grizzled, for instance, I feel like that's a real like.
It's easy to learn. It's hard to win, though. So I think there's a difference there. It's easy to learn and play. It's just hard to win.
Yeah. So it's interesting for me to look at that longer list in comparison.
So
to
Dr.
the three that got picked.
Dr. Hannah is asking, so are there different Spiel awards? I'm hearing different names. Yes, there are 3 different Spiel awards, which is what Mags just went over. The Spiel award, the Spiel des Jahres, which is like the OG award, is like anyone walks off the street could play this game. The Kinderspiel des Jahres is for like families, kids, that kind of stuff. The Kennerspiel is supposed to be like a little bit meatier than the Spiel des Jahres. So there are those 3 different types. And the ones that we haven't talked about yet, which I guess we could just go ahead and get into now. The 3 nominations for the Spiel des Jahres, which is like the main award, is King Domino, Magic Maze, and Race to El Dorado, which 2 of these I've played. Has anyone played Race to El Dorado?
No, I have not.
I had not even heard of it. What? Mags, Robot Mags was saying something.
Robot Mags.
Can you?
No.
Oh, hi. Did she just say bye, Mags?
It's so weird. I can see her like.
I know. She moved. I love her.
No.
What is she doing? Oh, okay.
Oh.
She'll pop back in. She'll pop back in. So that probably means she's played it or is familiar with it. But I have not played it. If anyone in chat, if you've played it, let us know.
So it's a deck builder. It's a Knizia deck builder with like a racing element, right? And Knizia is a lot of racing.
I didn't know that.
Which
Okay.
is interesting.
Well, you know, it's like, you're like racing towards
Max is back.
Hi, Max.
Have you played
Hi.
Race to El Dorado?
Let me mute all the things. Okay. I restarted both my browsers. Eldorado, I played at there was a Spiel Day at a local store here where Jennifer Geske brought in like all the
cool. Which she owns an escape room. Funny.
She owns an escape room. She also runs a really cute con out here in Seattle, and she's lovely. So she brought all the nominations and all the recommendations to Blue Highway Games. And so I sat down and played Eldorado once, although I am very much looking forward to future plays in more of a, so the whole thing with Eldorado, if you guys don't know, is that you put out a number of tiles and it's a race from one end to the other.
Okay.
And the way that you do that is that each turn you play cards from your hand to move over different types of terrain. So I might move through the forest, I might move through the rocks, I might move through the water. But it's sort of a deck builder. Sort of ish.
Okay.
So you have these cards in your hand and you can purchase more cards or you can pick up your cards. And there's a little bit of like an economy thing that whatever cards you use to move, you can't use to buy, but you get one by a turn. But I played it on the shortest possible map. So whomever got the best draw, I feel, won. Whereas I think if you made a much longer map, which there's totally a way to do so, then I think the game would be a lot more fun, a lot more fair. You'd have to purchase cards with a different mentality. Where we were just like, that last thing is all green, buy the big green cards. That's our whole experience.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I know that Suze, you recently played Magic Maze, and I think Nicole, you did too.
Me too.
I loved Magic Maze.
I know that you've played it, Mags, but I know that I think Nicole and Suze played at Ice Tower.
Yep.
I played it at the Gathering in April.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's where I played it. And then Mags, you played it too. Love Magic Maze. So cute. Yeah. I love Magic Maze. So Magic Maze is a cooperative game where and it's also exploring. So you're going to build this maze or like place tiles, and you are trying to achieve a goal. And you need to get these meeples to these places. And nobody is a meeple. Nobody is a meeple. Like you are a direction. So you can, whatever your assignment is, like your direction, like you can move any meeple north, or you can move any meeple south, or you can move any meeple like left or right or whatever, east, west. And then there are also actions that you can do too, like you can explore or transport or that kind of thing. But so the cool thing about this game is it's a cooperative game, but you can't talk. You can't say anything. So if you want someone to do something, you put this marker in front of the person. And then there are already established like types of people that place markers, okay? There's someone that just places the marker, okay, which is like, I would like you to do something. I'm placing the marker gently and calmly in front of you.
Yes,
and then there
are
and then there are people that will place the marker, and then if you apparently don't do what they want, they will they'll tap the marker. And then there are people that will tap. I want you to putting this marker in front of you to do something.
Do the thing.
Chris of Osmani Games is one of those people.
I'm not gonna lie.
So
but it's such a great,
but that's
like,
the fun of the game.
Real-time, cooperative, ridiculous fun, good time. I love it.
Hey, Armando. Hey, Fon. So Mags, what did you think of this game?
I played it and we won just barely, and then we found out we were playing on the easiest possible mode. So there's that.
So when you say you won, what do you mean? So there are different levels.
Right. So we played and we were taught the rules by Jennifer. Very lovely. She came over, she explained everything. I could move this way, they could move that way. We all had a little special something, except for that guy. And once we got all the pawns to both their 1 point and then to the exit, everybody was freed. All things were fine. We found out that we were playing on the very easiest level, like the most basic.
Well, yeah. Well, you start. So the way that you play is you go up. You start at 1, then you play 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't actually know where it stops.
It stops when you're so exhausted you can't keep playing.
It has 8.
I actually don't know what the last level.
8?
No, we did more than that.
I don't know what number it was because she set it up for us, but it seemed like we were playing.
We got to a level where there were alarms and things, and then I didn't do that.
Wow.
You're okay. Yeah, there are a lot of levels. A lot of like rules and levels. Anyway, so when you play 1 and you go to the next is what you do. Okay. So it's like starts off super simple and then you go bloop and then next. I mean, I guess you could skip a bunch, but I mean,
Mags, did you play past level 1 or did you only play level 1?
I assume it was just level 1.
Okay.
That's a very quick experience probably then. Like you just were like, we did it.
Well, it was like 20 minutes. But there was one dude that got the pawn pushed in front of him a lot. He had all the warp spots.
Oh.
We could not convince him to place anything anywhere.
Oh no.
Pawn placement.
That's really funny.
Oh my god.
That's one of those games like Captain Sonar that I think are hard to play with people you don't know. I think it's a lot better to play with people that like you do know really well. Anyway, yeah, I thought Magic Maze was lovely. I get it. I get why it's nominated. Super cute, lovely game.
Yeah.
King Domino.
That's gonna win. I mean, let's be
It's
real.
gonna win. I think so too. So, well, let's let chat vote while we talk about King Domino. King Domino, vote 1 if you think King Domino is gonna win, or I guess wait until we're done talking about it. 2 for Magic Maze. 3 for Race to El Dorado. King Domino is a tile laying game for 2 to 4 people, and you are the tiles that come out. You're drafting them in a way that the like lesser tiles, I'll say like the less desirable tiles. There are obviously more. There are tiles that are like better and tiles that are less better, and they're numbered like 1 through 48 or something. And so the lower the number, the less crowns they have on them, which means that they're not as good. And then the higher they are, the more crowns and also the like more desirable type of tile that they have on them. So they're like kind of domino tiles in that they have 2 types of terrains on them, or they have the same terrain, but like there's 2 slots on there. And you're going to be placing a grid, like a 5x5 grid or a 7x7 grid, depending on which game that you're playing. And you can only place in a 5x5 grid. You can't go outside of that. And you are just like in dominoes, you're kind of like matching like things next to each other. So as long as you can place a tile, as long as it's like matching one of them. And the scoring is cool because it's the number of crowns in that area multiplied by the number of tiles in that area. So that's also the domino effect of scoring. So that's really cool. It's super simple, easy to teach, and the drafting is really cool because
I like that part. Yeah.
People that have the less desirable tiles will be first, and they actually get to pick next which one they want to draft first. So there's that. You're not getting a great tile probably, but maybe. And then you'll get to like go first for the next time. So I love that like sort of rotating mechanic because I hate being penalized for like not getting as good of something. You know what I mean? So it's really cool that they have that kind of catch up thing. So that's King Domino. What did you guys think of it, Suze? Did you like it?
Yeah, I like King Domino. It's and I completely understand why everybody loves it, and I really enjoy it too, and I would like not turn down a play of it. But I think when it comes to, I think that there are drafting games I like better, and there are tile laying games I like better. So between those 2 things, it's like King Domino for me is a nice game, and I like it, and I enjoy it, and I own it. But it's, it's just all right. But I do think it is a clear front runner for the
out of these 3 for sure.
Personally, yeah.
Mags, what do you think?
Which will win?
No, what do you think about King Domino?
Oh, I think it's lovely. I another one that I wouldn't give her. I'd take it. Like, someone wants to play, I'll play it. I've only played it once. That's my whole opinion of the game.
What about you, Nicole? Moving on. No.
I really like it. Yeah, I played it a bunch of times. I actually really like it as a 2-player game.
I love it too. Yeah.
That 7x7 like variant.
The
is
7x7 2-player
very satisfying. Yeah.
Girl, when you can build that 7x7 grid and you have no tiles left out,
feels so good.
Also, if you're playing with the variant where if your like starting kingdom is in the exact center.
Oh, the symmetry.
Oh my gosh. I'm just like, I need a cold drink. Woo. Okay.
But yeah, like I dig it. I own it. I think out of those 3 games,
Suze and Max seem more lukewarm on it than maybe you and I are. I think it's lovely because it hits that. I teach a lot of game nights and I demo a lot of games to people. So when I have a game that I know that people will each enjoy, whether they win or lose,
it's solid.
It's easy to teach, not a long time to set up. Like, that is a hit for me because even if I don't win, I'm usually like, I built a good kingdom. This is like really good. I like this kingdom.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's a good kingdom. It's the same feeling that I have with Werfel Bonanza, and it's the same feeling I have with like Honshu. There's no take that. I'm not like, I mean, you might take a tile that someone else needs or wants, but you're probably not going to take it unless you actually need or want it to.
Yeah,
but
you'll end up sort of messing with yourself a lot if you do that.
Yeah.
I find in King Domino, yeah.
So it's not very take that. So it's just, it hits that perfect spot of like not super confrontational, very easy, like almost anybody can play, even little kids can play. So I love it for that, and I can just
it's a solid family game. Absolutely.
It's not a brain burner. When I want to have like a not brain burner game and I just want to play a game, maybe then sitting down to play King Domino.
Yeah.
And where the heck is Avenue here? Because that would have been my thing.
Avenue also. I love Avenue. Yeah.
But all the things you just said, I would slot Avenue in over King Domino.
It's tough though because I think it's kind of not available.
Avenue is more planning ahead than King Domino, I think, because if you have a space that's already defined and you've got to fit stuff within that space, whereas King Domino is like you're building out kind of, and so it's not as defined. It's like slightly more.
I'm not disagreeing. If it's still in retail sales, that would just be a constant presence in the bar because I would just teach it all day.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. Avenue, I think it probably, I mean, it didn't even make the short list, which makes me think that for some reason it wasn't something that could be qualified.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I think Avenue probably just didn't get proper release in Germany because it didn't get proper release here either. Yeah. It was another one.
Well, it's impossible to find.
Well,
it's
impossible to find. Picked up the rest of Aporta's copies of Capital Lux and Avenue and then distributed them into the States through one distributor. So it was like they weren't properly brought in, and now Indie Boards and Cards is releasing their version of Avenue, and it will be. Yeah. But so maybe we'll see it next year.
Everybody revote on 1, 2, and 3. 1, King Domino. 2, Magic Maze. 3, Race to El Dorado.
But I have one quick point for the spiel, and I know Evan agrees with me, and I'm guessing that you guys do too.
Okay.
We talked about this. Word Slam got completely.
Word Slam was robbed.
It
should be in that. It should be in that top 3.
Word Slam.
Here's why I think Word Slam didn't win. Because code names.
Nah.
It's like so similar.
No. This is competitive and has strategy. Word Slam.
Codenames is competitive. Codenames duet isn't. Codenames is though.
Codenames is an activity that I enjoy to do.
Word Slam is 2 teams and Word Slam is 2 teams.
Yeah, I still feel like they're different enough.
Yeah, they feel different to me.
Yeah, it should have been in that top 3.
You're cluing to words or phrases via other words or phrases. So it's like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it shouldn't have won. I'm just saying that is a potential reason why. Because
it was closer to concept than code names, but that didn't matter because I liked it way more.
It was like a marriage of the two. Concept, by the way, is something that I consider an activity.
Yeah, nobody uses the points in concept.
We do use the points. We do use the points for fun, but we're not like I'm not like I lost this game at the end of the game if I don't have the most points. That's I think the difference in an activity in a game is like if you actually feel like you lost or won. But yeah, so a word slam is amazing though. It's amazing.
So good.
But I would vote for Word Slam in the Spiel over any of the other ones.
Yeah. And
over the exit games. I think it's the better brand.
Wow, chat is lit.
Well, brand.
Chat's lit. That's not Word Slam. Okay, let me look at these votes. It looks like most of the votes are for as we said, King Domino. Looks like a lot of 1s. Couple of 3s, which is Race to El Dorado.
That's my vote.
Dan Rules said 1, 2, 3 with a Kappa Kipo. That's fine.
I just haven't played.
I was like added in her own category, which is 4 Avenue. She said. Also, Levi also voted for Avenue, which is not up for Spiel des Jahres award.
Avenue's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Right in vote.
Great. First time I played this is Nicole.
I do love that game.
That's so good. I love roll and rights. Suze hates roll and rights.
They suck.
Right and rolls. Yeah. Good old right and rolls.
In before pinochle craze.
Pineapple craze. I thought pineapple was going to be the thing.
Pineapple. Yeah.
Pineapple.
Someone was like, if you were a fruit, you would be a pineapple, is what they told me today.
Oh,
and I was like,
delicious.
what?
Is that a compliment?
Tart and points?
I don't know.
What's
I don't know.
tart and look out.
I said thank you. Right?
I said thank you.
I mean,
I said thank you, so therefore it is instantly a compliment no matter what. I like this theory. I can work with this. For sure.
Yeah, so chat, have you played a lot of these games? Have you not played these games? Oh, the culprit has spoken. Dan Rolls. They called me a pineapple.
I literally have had this sitting next to me for the last 4 hours.
Just keeping it close to you. Okay, so let's talk about that for we're supposed to end the show, but whatever.
We should end the show. One night I would actually really love to do a chat play along of Avenue with people.
Yes.
I have done this.
That could be
It
cool.
works. It is fantastic. There is a PDF of the map available online. All you need to do is print it out.
Who have you played a Avenue chat play along with?
I played it with some folks from the Great Way Games Slack channel, which was lovely fun.
Aww.
And
You played it with the Avenue Witch? Because I feel like he was probably there.
Girl,
Yes.
don't half plug that. Let's full plug that. What is Great Way Games?
Great Way Games is a podcast that I do with Adrienne and Erin. It's a monthly podcast where we talk about games and the culture of games, and it's out the first Monday of every month. And we have a Patreon, and if you're a patron backer, then you get to be in our Slack, which is the most ridiculous, amazing Slack I've ever been in. And
How can we find this podcast?
You can go to Twitter Games. You can go to greatwaygames.libsyn.com. You can just go to my Twitter profile at I Heart Museums, and it's linked in there. And you will find it. So yeah, but having done an Avenue play along just on Google Hangouts, it's something we could definitely do on Twitch. It would be amazing. All I did was just hold up cards to the screen. Everybody marks it on their own printed out board, and it's super great.
And so I think we should do that. Boards are different though, right? Are they all the same?
It's a PDF on the A-Porter website, and it's the same as the pad that you get in the game. So,
oh, thanks, Snutters, please.
Thank you.
Great Way Games, awesome. Go listen to them, check them out. Yeah, we should do more. As soon as I don't have a potato PC, we can do more chat involved stuff.
We can do more fancy stuff, but I think Avenue would be a nice lo-fi one that we could definitely do before then.
So we could definitely schedule that if you're interested in doing that. Can everybody play? Everyone can play, right?
Everybody can play.
People that want to play can play.
Yeah, be great.
And
maybe we'll do that next time.
As long as they don't cheat.
No cheating.
Maggie bot cheat face. Emote.
This is the thing. You have to make sure that
what's the Maggie bot cheat face? Mags, what's your cheat face?
But I would never cheat. What are you talking about?
Do a pose. Do a 3-second cheat face.
No, because then I'll get gift. I know who's in the chat.
Do it. Do a 3-second cheat face.
I feel like Suze gave everyone plenty of gift earlier.
I haven't locked on you. I'm not going to take it off of you until you do a 3-second cheat face pose.
I already did a cheat face pose.
It's all done.
This is the thing about Mags. She doesn't Mags is a witch. And so she doesn't have to have a cheat face because she knows what you're thinking and she can react appropriately. So she doesn't need to have a cheat face. She doesn't cheat. She's a witch. She just plays amazingly well around what you think you're doing. You think you know what you're doing, but Mags knows what you're doing before you know. So she doesn't have to cheat.
Also, good idea. We need to do Eureka, Dr. Eureka on stream would be.
Oh, wow.
My goodness.
We would have to
we
do
all would have
Eureka.
to have a copy of the game. We could do that, and we could also do Speechless.
I have 4 copies of it.
I'm not doing
God.
Speechless. I will
Dr.
not
Eureka?
participate.
I've never
She
played
was
Speechless. So I don't know
That's
what
the one
that
with the
is.
thing, right?
What thing? No, that's Speak Out with the mouth thing.
Oh, no,
no.
Speechless is the other one, the
Speechless
arcade
is just
one.
like
you're doing.
rating.
Yeah. Okay, I've played that.
No, we're not going to do the thing with the mouth and the
No,
thing.
I'm not putting that in my mouth either. Like
No,
We could play.
pedophilia.
We could do Linky as well. That'd be a fun one. I like
I
that.
think so.
Dr. Eureka would be good. We should play that. Do we all have a copy accessible?
I could get one probably.
I
They're
don't know
cheap.
anybody
Nicole?
that has it. I could pick
They're
one
cheap,
up.
cheap.
Yeah.
We should.
But let's
we
start with
should
Avenue.
do-
Avenue would be amazing.
Yeah.
let's-
How about we do
okay, so-
Avenue
so
next
Paul,
stream?
since you know how to do that, let's do that next
Yeah.
Friday, the 21st. Let's do Avenue. Chat if you want to participate. Please come. It'll be super easy. You don't have to prep like beforehand or anything. If you want to check out the rules beforehand, that's fine. But we'll do a rules review like right before, just so everybody knows. And then we'll do a link to the PDF during the show and everything. So let's just do that next Friday.
I think it'll be great.
It's like fun.
Woohoo! Can't wait.
I'm gonna win.
All right.
I don't know what the tiebreakers
ready.
are.
She's ready.
I need to like check them out.
You don't
We
need
do
to worry about it. I'm
the
going to
online
dust
game.
you so
Yeah.
hard in that game. You don't have to worry about it.
Karuba, yeah,
Jackbox,
Karuba is another one for sure, but it's a little bit harder with Karuba because everybody needs a copy of the game.
Everybody needs a copy. The
you
Jackbox
can do it on graph
games,
paper.
I do want to do. They're a little bit hard on my potato PC.
That would be great, though. I mean,
So,
I could
eventually.
probably run them from my PS4.
Eventually, we can do Jackbox games with chat, and everyone in chat can participate.
That'd be so good. I love those Jackbox games. Oh my god.
They're really
But,
addictive.
we'll
Yeah.
start with Avenue.
We'll start with Avenue. We'll go lo-fi. We'll make it happen. Next Games on the Rocks, we will be playing. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Oh wait. So, Chris P, are you going to give some stuff away? Are you going to do? What's the deal on that?
Oh yeah, some invites for that fancy business.
Let's before we close out, let's just figure out what Chris P is going to do for that.
Who wants in on that addictive prescription Raxon? Who?
Before we get there, while she's typing, we should talk about Crystal's Board Game Blitz podcast in case anyone hasn't heard of it.
Another-
So
Let's
I got to
plug
meet
it, and I have
Crystal
plugged it.
finally. I got to meet her at Dice
Did you?
Con, and it was great. We played King Domino together. We did a 2-player King Domino, and it was awesome. And she does.
Chris. It looks
Yeah,
like
so-
people can tweet her if they want it. So
right.
Chris P, what is your Twitter handle? Come on.
Crystal Pisano.
It's at Crystal Pisano, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that is correct.
It is, but I wanted her to just put it in the chat.
Best Game Blitz.
So yeah, Crystal does Board Game Blitz with
Aw, so much love for Chris P.
Lots.
Aw. I love
with Ambi and Cassidy.
Yes, and I have not met like
Amazing.
any of them.
I have met them
Also,
all.
Crystal has a million cute dogs that I can see on her cover
Oh my
right
gosh.
now because I'm on her Twitter page.
Best,
Sorry.
best dogs,
Okay,
best cute
perfect.
dogs.
All right, so Maggie Bot posted links. So tweet at Chris P if you are interested in the Raxon invite, and she has only 3 slots available. So I don't know what she's gonna do
Get in
or
on that
make you do
action.
to like win this invite, but you should probably tweet her ASAP if you're interested in a Raxon invite, and that is awesome.
Woo. Sweet.
I think that's our show. Suze, do you want to close out with anything? Anything you would like to say?
Yes. Nicole Hoy is the best roomie ever. She's a doll, and it's very fun watching her talk to special
You don't
friends.
usually room with people.
She was desperate. I took pity.
I was desperate. She really took pity on me.
She's- There was
wouldn't have
weeping
had,
and there
I
was
wouldn't have
crying.
anybody
I too forced
stay with.
Nicole to room with me earlier this year.
And Kabuki Kid in chat is asking when Downforce is releasing. Downforce is releasing
Gen
at Gen
Con.
Con. It's amazing, but I'm not allowed to say that because it's shilling. But Downforce is amazing. Stop.
It is
it.
amazing.
It's
I'm not
amazing.
chilling.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I got no restoration money. It's amazing.
And
So good.
Stop Thief are all releasing at Gen Con.
I want to play
Literally-
it so bad. So bad.
Literally so much fun. They are all good. But yes,
And
Sue's
I love
is
you
best.
all, and I'm really glad that we could do this today.
Yay. Sue's is best. Yay.
Okay. Nicole, is there anything you would like to close with?
It's just I've roomed with you all now, and
Oh,
You get around, woman. I like it.
and who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
who's
like,
my Kennerspiel? Who's my Kinderspiel? Who's my regular spiel?
I think I'm the Kinder.
You are all the spiel of my heart, ladies.
Oh,
Bless you. This is not a heart. It's like looks like a pumpkin.
Potato. It's a pumpkin heart. It's a potato heart. That's my heart. It's a potato.
Max, what about you? Any final things to say?
I don't have much. I am doing nothing. I say nothing.
Come
You
on.
look fabulous, by the way.
I was Suze's
you.
last favorite roomie before Nicole stole her heart. So
What about
I've
all those,
never-
those top 100 games?
I have never roomed with Suze.
I potato you all though.
Dude. Oh, you potato us all.
Lurk
yeah.
Suze. Hold on. Let's just focus on Lurk Suze right now. I have never roomed with Suze.
Uh-oh.
To be fair, you and her usually room alone.
This is it.
I
have
don't
roomed with
usually
Nicole
room
and
alone.
two
I
other
usually room
ladies
with like
before.
I'm rooming with like 5 people at Gen Con. It's so crazy.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
Gen Con, I'm a million miles away, but I'm only with one other person, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
and then for everyone who doesn't have to worry about roommates, we have Gen Can't.
Jen
Yay,
can't.
Gen Can't. It's coming.
Can't.
Oh my god, are you guys getting through all the roll and rights? How is that going?
I'm getting there. I gotta finish them off tomorrow morning.
Suze is also.
You had 81 entries, right?
I'm just
many.
going to focus on Suze for the rest of the show.
No, we're good. There.
No, we're locked on you right now. So
This is what you get. So
that's
yeah.
what we're doing. That's what
Okay.
we're doing. Okay.
Poor people.
That's it. Okay. That is probably our show. If you want to learn more about Gen Can't, you can go to Twitter at Gen Can't, right? So Gen Can't is for those that can't. Gen. If you can Gen, then you're Gen Con. But if you can't Gen, then you're Gen Can't. And that's on Twitter. And it's fun and hilarious and awesome. And there's like giveaways and games and stuff like that. So super cool. I'll be at Gen Con. Who else will be at Gen Con?
Me.
Mags will be at Gen Con. Nicole, no, not Gen Con.
She's Gen Canting.
Gen Canting.
Okay, so 50% of Meeples Included will be at Gen Con, 50% won't be.
If you are going to Gen Con the Thursday night edition, we are doing Nerd Nighters again.
Nerd Nighters. Yay. I had so much fun there last year. It was really great.
And I'm also doing, weirdly, during Nerd Nighters, a charity thing.
Yeah, so much charity. It's like charityception.
It was not my fault. I couldn't. So I'm going to be playing this game called The Summit, which I'll talk more about maybe on the next show. But I'm going to be playing The Summit during this charity event at Gen Con, which you can buy tickets for if you are going to Gen Con. And it's really neat. And it benefits the Gen Con charity. So,
but even if you're going to the lovely Summit game, you can still go to Nerd Nighters. You can do both.
You can do both because Nerd Nighters usually goes like late and long
for a long time.
So yeah, so I'll be doing that too. I just won't be there like right as Nerd Nighters starts, which is like
nah, you'll be there though.
Makes me cry and it's very unfortunate. But I committed to this other thing a long time ago and it wasn't supposed to be Thursday.
Andy, you're not even gonna be there on Thursday. That's when Nerd Nighters is.
Whatever, Andy.
Okay, so that is probably that is really probably our show. So I'm gonna like
that is For sure.
I'm gonna do an outro and play some music, and then hopefully Suze won't say something embarrassing in the.
I hope she does.
Do you?
Good night, chat.
Goodbye. Oh, nope. This is not. Oh, nope. That's not what I want. Sorry. Oh, this is what I want, I think.
That face, though.
Where is
Professional.
it?
I love watching this all happen in Twitch. It's magical.
Here we go. I'm muting you all.